Holla ballers, what's going on? It's Preachy. I wasn't actually going to make a video today, but I thought this was the best way to sort of address some of you of a couple of issues that are going on. Firstly, it's become pretty widespread around those of you who follow the internet, you know, the usual information sources on gaming, that yes, Google and Curse have fallen out and had an issue and broke ties. This was something we were aware of for quite a while. And we have a web show tomorrow, and as far as I'm concerned, that show will go ahead at 8 PM tomorrow on the usual stuff. On the show we will address a couple of things. I'm not going to go into too much detail now. I just wanted to do something very, very quickly, but we will address the curse issue and explain to you from the horse's mouth, as it were. And there's a lot of rumours flying around. There's people trying to jump on the bandwagon to grab views. As you've seen, I haven't done that. I haven't done that because I think it's really cheap, and I think it's poor business practice for outsiders who don't know anything about the situation to go ahead and make sort of preposterous videos. I'm sure some of you have seen Zybak's video. He was the one who sort of found out from an outside source and decided to publicise this video and get his name on Reddit, etc, etc. Well, fuck him. He doesn't really know what he's talking about either way. It's all rumour mill and it's just view grabbing. And for those of us who are sort of on the inside, as it were, who knew about problems well, not months ago, but over a month ago, we knew there was a problem, is we don't say anything. Why? Because we have respect for our partners, and we have absolute openness with our partners as well, and the people we work with and the people who have taken us on, we have respect for them as well. So we'll address it in open honesty in the web show, like we always do, like we did with TGN. We want you guys to understand, because you guys watch our content because you enjoy it, and we also believe that you should be a part of what the hell is happening with us and our growth, and also in case you guys are looking to get somewhere in YouTube yourselves. I think it's important to see how some things happen sometimes. The other issue is that YouTube isn't actually putting my videos into a lot of your subscriber boxes. In fact, some of the more long-term fans have pointed out on the forums, especially WoW Jason, we thank you for that. We did suspect something was wrong, and we couldn't really check it because it was popping up in a couple of our friends' accounts, but yes, it was confirmed that my videos aren't going into your sub boxes, which is also a pain in the ass, because I released sort of 6 videos this week and a lot of you didn't even get to see them. And now after the forums on preachgaming.com, that little community there has said, yo, Preach hasn't made a lot of videos this week. I can imagine it's something to do with Curse. And I pointed out jokingly, I don't know what you mean, I've made like 6 or 7 videos. And they were like, holy shit, your videos aren't even appearing. So we'll address that as well. I have found out sort of the reason why that's happening as well, which is also really sad. The other thing that's going on, and why this is sort of a downhearted video compared to my usual style, is another personal issue that's going on, which is pretty grim. It's actually been up and down, but essentially we got a puppy. If you follow our Facebook, you'll have seen 3 pictures of that. We got a new member of Preach Gaming, essentially we called it on the day we picked him up. We rescued a dog, essentially, from a very, very not very nice person who has 2 dogs and lives in very filthy conditions. It's actually somebody Emma, my fiance Emma, knew from her childhood, and sort of knows of her and is aware of her sort of cruelty to animals. She's on what we have, the RSPCA, the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. She's on their register and she gets checked regularly. Ultimately, her 2 dogs actually had puppies, 10 of them. One of them died within a few days. The 9 remaining ones she tried to sell to make some quick cash. She actually offered Emma one of these, because Emma's an animal lover, as some of you guys will know who follow the RL stuff and have followed us for a while. She has her own horse, things like that. And Emma saw the condition of these dogs and was offered to take one off her hands because she knew it would go to a good home. So we made the decision. We thought about it for a while. It's not a case of a dog is just for Christmas. And we took in a dog and we named him Ben. Ben is 8 weeks old. And ultimately, on the first day we got him, we thought we had a particularly quiet dog. For a puppy of 8 weeks, he's a border collie. And we thought he was very, very quiet. The next day we took him to get his inoculations, as good owners should do, to get his injections so he's safe for when we take him on walks and to the country shows and stuff that we visit and all that kind of stuff. And as soon as we took him to the vet said this dog is very, very ill. Extremely ill. He's very malnourished, which we knew anyway because the person we got the dog from when we sort of rescued him, and then the person we got the dog from had just put out a bowl of food and let 10 puppies fight over it, which meant they were all pretty much malnourished because there wasn't enough food in the first place. So we kind of suspected, yes, he was malnourished. Anyway, he was running a fever of 41 degrees. Now, if you don't know that is how that reflects on a dog, it's extremely, extremely high. So he said he couldn't give him the inoculations, he needed antibiotics, he was very, very ill. Although he actually seemed quite bright-eyed once he'd come to our home and got to a nice place, his tail was wagging, etc, etc. So we took him home. 2 hours later he sort of collapsed and could not support his own weight. So we took him back to the vet, and then he had to go on an IV drip overnight. And it was given a 20% survival chance for that night. He was very, very ill. Anyway, we had a very sort of sleepless night. Woke up to find that he was still alive, which was fantastic, and he'd actually perked up quite a lot. So we went and picked him up, and he had a fantastic day with us, and he was very, very cool. He was very happy, running around our garden, so on and so on, and he slept through the night. And today, we couldn't pick him up till very, very late afternoon, so he was only at home for about 5 or 6 hours before he went to sleep. And then the next day, today, in fact, he was very bright all day. We had Ghost here and Emma's friends, and he was running around and he was fine. And then suddenly in the afternoon he collapsed again, and Emma's currently with him at the vet, and it's not looking good at all. And Emma is already very, very attached to the dog. I am myself, actually. I'm really, really very, very fond of him for the little time we spent together. And ultimately, it's not looking great. As stupid as that sounds. So there's going to be no video tonight in terms of gaming content, because I'm going to be dealing with this to the best we can do. It seems ultimately the best solution we can do is to bring him home. Either we have to pay nearly £1,000 to have him taken to a hospital, which I just cannot afford at the end of the day. So he's going to come home, and we're hopefully going to take care of him tonight, but it's looking like that's not going to work out well. So ultimately that's what's going on at the moment. So as far as I'm concerned, the web show will still go live tomorrow at 8 PM GMT. I'll put some times up on maybe Ghost or Unreal can put some times out, broadcast those across the networks so you guys can see what time it's on. Hopefully that will go ahead, and I will update you as and when I can. But that's it, guys. I just wanted to let you know where I was and what I was doing and so on and so forth. So have a good evening, ballers. Not to be depressing. I hope to look forward to a bright day tomorrow. Hopefully Ben is going to be fine. Hopefully we can resolve all these issues with YouTube, and we'll fill you in on exactly what's happening tomorrow. You take it easy, ballers.